Today I'm gonna be playing Europa Universalis 4, a game that lets you take control of any country in the world in the year 1444, and for the next 400 years, you can wage war, conquer land, rule over your subjects, explore, colonize, trade, and more. In this game, obviously, a lot of players pick the most popular and the most powerful countries during that time period. Of course you would play as the Spanish Empire, Revolutionary France, the British Empire, Russia, or any other powerful country like that. But what if you didn't? What if you played a nation so tiny, so small, so insignificant, so technologically backwards, that they're there not even as a main, or secondary, or tertiary, or fourthiary character, that they don't even appear at all? What if you played these tiny one-province minor nations around Lake Victoria in Africa? Well, let's find out. Alright, here we are in Europa Universalis 4, ladies and gentlemen, as the nation of Bunyoro. Yes, I know you haven't heard of them. A two-province minor nation located in the, Central Africa region, but more the Great Lakes region right here, you know, just bordering Lake Albert and some other minor nations right here. Now, the reason I chose to play these guys, man, is because they don't ever come up in my regular series, right? They're not releasables, and I can't play them in A to Z because they don't have unique ideas. All of these guys have interlacustrine ideas right here, which they share between each other, so they never come up in any of my playthroughs, so that's why I had to play them. But yeah, this is what we're gonna play with, man. These guys are a tribal nation. They don't have any technologies. They don't even have feudalism, man. They don't have feudalism, all right? These guys are not even feudal societies. Horrible national ideas, no unique missions whatsoever, and and Tech 2 as opposed to everyone else in the world that has Tech 3. What's gonna be the goal for this campaign? I don't know. Let's try and conquer all of Congo, Central Africa, East Africa, and South Africa, pretty much all of the southern portion of the continent of Africa, and we'll see if we can push back and crush the colonizers when they start colonizing Africa. Can we? I don't think so. Alright, so a month has ticked over. We can introduce the vision quest and do the estate setup right here. Luckily, we do have estates somewhat, I guess. Let's go with... oh, actually, there are some cool, unique ones right here. Clerical education, of course. Primacy and increased and aristocratic. And then let's give these guys land patronage, commercial and indebted. Seize land. We can set some rivals, which are going to be obviously guys that are all around here, like the guys next to me. And let's get the cult for discipline, actually, for discipline. Are we making money? We are surprisingly making a little bit of money, but we can't afford to run advisors, man. And yeah, that's pretty much the setup right there. Now, one thing, no matter how bad and boring these guys are, they do have one thing going for them, and that is the fact that we can claim the Empire of Kitara title. We can do that after we conquer everyone else over here, so all of these guys right here, and that will change our nation to Kitara. We gain new, better national ideas and traditions, and also we start colonizing some of these uncolonized provinces next to us, so we can get connected to the Congo Basin nations and to the East Africa nations, which will enable our expansion. So yeah, let me go ahead and rearrange my army over here. Let's get rid of those guys, and I'll immediately start spying on Nkore, Buganda, and Busoga. Yes, I know you haven't heard of any of these guys, and if you have, leave a like and comment. I've heard of them. Now, the reason I chose these guys specifically, Bunyoro, is because they have the best ruler, a 334. That's the only reason. Some might argue Bucha is better because they have 3 provinces. Who am I kidding? No one's arguing anything about these guys, man. No. Does anyone have an opinion on these countries? I think you go with Bunyoro for the ruler or Bucha for the 3 provinces. That's really it, man. All right, obviously I haven't been able to get any alliances, but I have gotten spy networks and claims on these nations around me. Let's see, Nkore, allied to Kalundwe, which is boring. These guys, Buganda, no allies. Busoga, allied to Moravi? Okay, whatever. Let's just go ahead and get the, well, there are mercenary companies apparently in the Great Lakes region as well, so there we go. We'll get those guys up, and I'll declare on Buganda. Well, with that, I guess we've prepared for war. Apparently no need to spy on anyone. Very nice. Let's go ahead and hit Buganda, man. First conquest. Now listen, the war and conquering and everything is fine and dandy, but the real pain in this campaign comes from the fact that we don't have any institution, man, and it's so horrible. Like, Sure, these guys over here have feudalism, but we're gonna have to develop feudalism. We're gonna have to develop the Renaissance. We're gonna have to develop colonialism, the printing press, and so on, all because there's no way for those institutions to reach us, and which means getting technology will be super expensive for us. As we can see, it's already 50% more expensive for us to get this because we don't have feudalism. So if we end up bordering Kilwa and them, well, they can just roll us. Either way, intra-lacustrine ideas, we start off with +1 attrition for enemies and +25% looting speed. A merchant as a finisher in the meantime. Manpower, prestige, chance of a new era, tolerance of the true faith, infantry discount, infantry combat, and national tax. None of this is relevant because we're going to be forming Kitara so soon that we basically don't take advantage of any of that. There we go. First war is done. It's going to be a full annexation. All right, I've built up a spy network on Karagwe, which is another ally-less nation. Let's fight them. Ayu Bazinga? Sheldon Cooper reference? Oh, it's Buzinza. Okay. Never mind. Well, another war decisively won, and there's 2 more provinces acquired. In the meantime, I've secured royal marriages with Congo and Mutapa. Congo is a fairly powerful nation, the dominant one in the region of the Congo, and I can ally them, and I'll ally Mutapa as well. These guys might help me when I expand into these guys and these guys right here, so that's good. Either way, befriend the big fish, which is cool. There we go, stab, prestige, legitimacy, very nice. Now, do we have anything right here that's gonna give us a colonist? Because we do need one to expand further in a lot of these, you know, uncolonized provinces right here. But I don't think anything does that. Okay, divination, religious sacrifices. We are fetishist religion, by the way. This is what it gives us, and we got cults. I think I am gonna stay fetishist this entire campaign. Alright, a little bit of time has passed. I've built up a spy network on Rwanda, another ally-less country. You may have noticed a trend by now where I'm just basically looking to fight whoever is the easiest to fight. And next up is Rwanda. This is basically our early game, you know, wiping out all of these guys and forming Kitara, so then we can gain a border with the rest of the regions in Africa. And that's another easy one, man. That's another easy one. If you think these guys are hard and boring, because we haven't experienced that so far, neither difficulty nor boringness, you're in for a treat later. But now that that's all done, it's time to get into it with these guys that have alliances. As you guys can see, I can advance to the next level of technology, but I'm not gonna do it because it's so expensive. So let's just fight Nkore now. Yeah, Nkore. And they're like the Kalundwe, which is down here, but not a problem. Ooh! I can call in someone, yes. So Congo, that's gonna enable me to peace out Kalundwe super quick, nice. We're also in one of the most horrible trade nodes in the world, the Great Lakes. It only has 1 center of trade in Buganda and 2 exit nodes, which means trade never flows in to our main trade node. It only flows out. Hence, we're poor. All right, another quick and easy war done thanks to Congo. There's another province. All right, increase the size of my army a little bit. Let's fight Burundi. Congo might still be able to help us in this one. And no, now Luba is too far away. Okay, so I gotta deal with these guys too. Walking over uncolonized terrain where natives live, and you gotta fight them every time you walk is just... you don't want to do it. I did it. All right, that's another war done. Slightly tougher because I had to siege down Luba as well, but no worries. Okay, 2 more countries left right here. We can also take our second government reform time. Now, tribal monarchy right here gives us plus 20% income from vassals. That's not really that relevant to us, man. So we could swap to something else. Feudal tribe and tribal despotism would be way better, but for now, more importantly, I'm gonna go with martial society for plus 20% national manpower, and then soon we're gonna swap to this, because this one, kinda lame. We're not gonna be playing with vassals all that much, boys. Oh, there's radical reforms for a bunch of points. Will that tip us over? No, it won't. So let's actually fire these guys. Yes, I am running 3 advisors, get the points, and then we'll hire them back, because they are pretty good advisors. So now, because we're stacked on points so much, man, maybe it does make sense to develop feudalism. But then again, we got to develop the Renaissance too. I was kind of hoping to get friendly with Kilwa so they can knowledge share to me. But I don't think that's going to... Oh, they'll just give it to me. Okay. Yeah, so we're getting knowledge sharing from Kilwa now, which means feudalism will spread in our capital. I will develop it, you know, just a tiny bit. Do something like this maybe to help speed it up, and so we don't, you know, max out on points. Should have asked for this a couple of years ago. And speaking of Kilwa, they probably want to fight Mutapa here, which is my ally. I don't want to get involved in that, bro. All right, so I'm gonna get into it with Bucha now. Yeah. All right, another fairly easy war because Congo did decide to help out. There's profit from the war as well, which gives us some nice thingies. And there is these 3 provinces for us. Perfect. The only guy that's left is Busoga right here, so after we eat these guys up, we'll be forming the Empire of Kitara. Hell yeah. Alright, feudalism is finally present. It'll cost us 146 ducats to embrace. I will take out loans for that. There's feudalism embraced, and there is admin 3, diplo 3, mill 3, admin 4, diplo 4, mill 4. Perfect. So now we're even ahead of every single neighbor over here, and we can easily crush anyone. We're almost as technologically advanced as Kilwa. Okay, now I will, of course, be developing the Renaissance for sure, but before that, man, we need to deal with Busoga. Alright, since we're a tech ahead, it's gonna be easy. Moravi, their ally, won't even help because it's being eaten by Kilwa. Easy. And that's our final war of our initial starting wars done, and we have become the dominant nation in the Great Lakes region. As soon as we core this province up, we will be able to take this decision right here and form Kitara. Let's wait. And the province has been cored up, and there's the decision. Claim the Empire of Kitara title. Yes, please, we will take new traditions and ambitions. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we can also swap to tribal despotism while we're here for the CCR. We start colonizing this province, this province, this province, this province, and this province. 400 settlers show up, and all of those, which is absolutely lovely. Like this, of course, we border the Congo guys, and we border the East Africa guys. Now, because Kilwa here is so powerful, so rich, they got a ton of gold mines, and they will be more technologically advanced than us, I do think it makes more sense to go this way first, and then once we have this entire power base right here, then we turn on Kilwa, go fight them, acquire the gold mines, and hopefully the gold mines is what's gonna help us push back any colonizers that might come. And yeah, by the way, Kitara keeps the same mission tree, so I don't think we get a colonist from any of these. I think we are gonna have to take expansion ideas at a certain point. Yeah, yes, we will. And then Kitaran ideas should be better than Intralacustrine, starting off with plus 15% manpower recovery speed and minus 1% prestige decay. Okay, those are kind of lame, I gotta admit. Infantry combat as a finisher is good. Tolerance and legitimacy is good. Stab discount, institution embracement cost. Unjustified demands construction, CCR, and culture conversion cost. There are some good ones right here, but these starting ones, they're absolutely useless for us. So yeah, Kitara, not all that empirical, if you ask me, man. All right, now I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit and then fight like Luba or Kazembe or someone like that. Let's actually spy on them. All right, now as well, we need to develop the Renaissance since we got Tech 4 in every category. Pabongo. That seems to be a relatively cheap one to dev. It's only 60. It's like right next-ish to our capital. Let's see, Busoga is 61 and Kori is 65. I'd actually rather do Busoga. Do we have any good trade goods here, actually? We got iron here. I'll actually dev it in Buzinga. Buzinga, yeah, there we go. Another Big Bang Theory reference. So let's just bump it up to like 15. Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid. I just bumped feudalism for no reason. I wasted so much points. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Frick my life. Let's wait for feudalism to fully spread. Feudalism has fully spread. Okay, now we can expand infrastructure in Bazinga and start deving the Renaissance. There we go. I'm mainly doing it here because it has a good trade good. But yeah. See, wasting all of these points on deving institutions where we could be teching up and getting superior technology to our enemies and just rolling them in every battle, man. And all of these Congo guys, they have like 8 different allies, man. So annoying. The reason I'm going so fast with conquest here, boys, is because by the time the colonizers arrive, we gotta be the dominant country in this region, man. We gotta be, or else they'll colonize a province next to us and they'll beat our ass, right? Alright, since I have superior technology to Kazembe and Congo will help me out, I'm gonna declare this war. Now, they have 3 allies, Lunda, Chokwe, and Kalundwe, but what if I vassalize these guys? You see, aggressive expansion will be so high that a coalition will form against me. But who's gonna join it? No one in the world knows I exist. I don't know the rest of the world exists. You know, for all we know, if I conquer all of this, I could consider that a world conquest. Because it is a conquest of the known world to us. Either way, enough yapping, let's fight Kazembe. Okay, so Congo actually got pieced out, but I can make Chokwe my vassal. There it is. Alright, there's Kalundwe as my vassal as well. These guys over here that I was fighting, they just straight up disappeared. So let's unsiege myself and we'll piece out, what you call it, Kazembe. In the meantime, the Renaissance has, I did develop it. I'm just waiting for it to spread, obviously. I don't want to take out loans that are this big. And colonization of those free provinces that we got when we finished Kitara is over. Okay, slightly annoying-ish war, not gonna lie, but we did acquire these provinces technically, and then there's Kazembe as well. So our spread into the region of the Congo has not really started, but Okay, I consider all of them a part of the Congo, even though they're a part of Central Africa in EU4. Damn, that's a lot of war exhaustion. Frick my life. Okay. In the meantime, I've also lost my alliance with Congo because they've rivaled me. And a good thing is I don't border Kilwa just yet, so Kilwa can't really declare on me. So we're good on that front. I really need to speed this up, though. Luba, allied to Mutapa and Kuba. What about Kikonja, allied to Kasanje and Kuba? What about Iyaka, allied to no one? Right in. Alright, I'm gonna split these guys between my two vassals. So that is the peace deal because this other thing got occupied by Kuba. Okay, so now I'm kind of blocked off by my own vassals, but it's not a problem because they got claims in those guys. And if they don't, what I can do is just set every province here as a province of vital interest, and my subjects will spy on them and build claims on the provinces that they border. So simple, really. We gotta fight Luba and Kikonja actually, so we can get connected to our vassals. Alright, so this is what I've came up with. We're gonna go ahead and declare on Kikonja right here. They're allied to Kasanje and Kuba. If we co-belligerent Kasanje, no one comes in. If we co-belligerent Kuba, Luba comes in. And if we co-belligerent Luba, Mutapa comes in, but there's no need to do that. So let's fight the remaining 4 nations right here, except for Congo, and then Congo will be our final boss in Congo. It might take more than 1 war to take down these guys as well, and after we wrap all of that up, we'll move on to East Africa and finally acquire those juicy gold mines. In the meantime though, let's fight. Alright, so Luba is obviously the first guy we need to knock out here. Alright, so Luba is ready to peace out. I'm gonna take all of that land for myself. Very nice. There's a peace out on these guys as well. I'm giving all of this to my vassal that's down south. And there we go. There's the second to last guy done. I will transfer this to my vassal that's up north and feed all of this land to them. Like that, we're saving some admin points on coring. So those guys are done. And then there's a peace out on the main guys. And just like that, we've wrapped up most of the region of the Congo, saved up some points. Now it's just time to improve relations with our subjects so we can annex them. They've already built up a, well, actually they haven't, but they need to build up a spy network on Congo so we can fight Congo as well. Okay, now it's time for a little bit of peacetime. Alright, since loans are bigger now, I took out new loans in order to embrace the Renaissance, which of course makes tech cheaper, like I mentioned. There's Admin Tech 5 and Mil Tech 5. We can, of course, upgrade our troops to the vastly superior South African warriors right here. And it's also time for our first idea group to decide in which way do we take this campaign. Now, obviously, we're going to need to buff our military in order to prepare for fighting with Kilwa and later the colonizers too. And then we are going to need to pick up expansion ideas, which is going to give us 2 colonists, which is going to enable us to colonize some of these provinces right here. Basically, you know, aside from money, they're basically free. We don't got to conquer them from anyone. I think I'll take expansion for my second one, but which one has a good policy with, okay, quality, land leader fire. That's not bad right there. Defensive. Yeah, maybe defensive, huh? Maybe defensive. Morale, garrison size, max hostile attrition. That will be good. Or offensive will be good too. I think I'm actually going to open up with offensive right here. And yeah, then take expansion. Ooh, Moravi would accept to be our vassal diplomatically. We can reconquer some of their cores from Kilwa. Sure. And there it is. 3 vassals have been acquired. Excellent. Let's give the nobles strong duchies and the integration policy. Here, 3 gov reform time. Let's go with, well, it's all fetishist for now, but we are going to be conquering Sunni, so let's go with religious society. All right, so Congo's province war score cost is 140, which means we will need 2 wars to take them down. My subjects have spied up on them. No risk of rebellions in the near future, so let's go and do our first war with Congo. All right, they got only 1 fort, so this should be very easy here. This was very easy. I'm taking this for myself, of course. Let's do something like this. There we go. There's a peace out, and we'll knock out these 4 other provinces later. Of course, we can't core everything because we can't reach everything, but we're cool. Wait, it's 1484 and I've become a great power? Really? I guess I have. All right, maybe I was wrong. Maybe these guys aren't that difficult and boring. Maybe they're actually fun. The hidden gem of EU4. Alright, I will start the annexation of Chokwe and Kalundwe, actually. There we go. Now, of course, up until this point, we have been severely neglecting the economic situation of our country, ladies and gentlemen, because we've just been focused on warfare. And, you know, we've been outgrowing our loans. So that's how we can continue to fight. But now, man, I think we can go ahead and pick up some new burger loans and actually start doing some construction because they are pretty big loans. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the marketplaces, man. That's what I always like to do first, so we can put one down in our capital. Luba should be one as well. Wait, where's Luba? Luba is right there, so we can do another marketplace there. Let's put one down in Cuba as well. Where's the other ones? Bazinga and Ndango. Bazinga is right there. Ndango, yes, for control over the Ivory Coast trade node. And then Bazinga, I think, is the one I developed. Actually, there's a lot of them, man. Yeah, let's put them down everywhere. There we go. Marketplaces first, I guess. All right, finally in the green, boys. And we've annexed both of our subjects. Obviously, this isn't land we actually own. It's really just wasteland, but our name transfers to there. But we are looking mighty big. Okay, game plan now is, I guess, wait for the truce and finish off Congo. Wait for 10 years to pass so we can actually, no. We don't want to annex Moravia because we're reconquering their cores. Okay, how powerful is Kilwa? Let's see. So we are Miltech 5. They're 7. Oof. We need to rush. We need to rush that. It sucks that our guys are horrible. Let's disinherit this guy because he sucks. Hopefully we can get a better one maybe. The Queen Consort is actually really good too. So yeah, can't fight Kilwa at all now. They're vastly technologically superior military-wise to us. There's another mission we can do. Okay. I gotta say, we are looking pretty fast. Still no signs of colonizers. Usually they go for these provinces down here, so that's where we might primarily encounter them, but I guess we'll have to see. Wait, I just unlocked the Christianity cult. How? Oh! 2 provinces of mine have flipped to Catholic. This is an event. Well, I guess not an event. I guess that it just happens because there wasn't an event. But yeah, provinces over here in Congo get converted to Catholic when those guys... basically when their ships pass by or whatever. So at least we know that the colonizers like Portugal and Castile and France and whatnot, I think they are aware of this existing, right? Oh, well, this is actually good news. The Queen is in power and we did get a new guy. I think this was earlier, 322. I guess it's better than the guy we had, but dude, we might even want to, you know, extend regency here or whatever it is, because this is insane. Yeah. So we'll get to use the consort region over here for a little bit until this guy comes into power, but this is gonna help us catch up to Kilwa. Okay, that's good. Yeah, right now just chilling, working on the economy until we can catch up to or surpass Kilwa. I gotta say, this queen really saved our ass, man. Yeah. So 1499 is when we'll have a Miltech 7. At that point, the truce will be up with Congo as well. Go in, take care of Congo, gather up the troops, get ready to crush Kilwa. Alrighty, truce with Congo has expired. Let's finish them off. Nice. That's a wrap on Congo. They black flagged themselves because they walked in from Terra Incognita, but there's all of their provinces ours, and with that, we officially wrapped up pretty much Central Africa and Congo, man, at least conquest-wise, you know? So let's beat up these guys and get ready to fight Kilwa because we are on the same tech. Obviously, they'll get 8 before I get it, but I think we can do it. Pure 4 reform time, more warfare related. Land attrition is actually good. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Oh, actually, man, there's Miltech 8. We've moved ahead of Kilwa thanks to this queen. Frick me, man. There's just some, quite a few rebellions to deal with. Let's actually pop these guys, beat them up, and we'll fight Kilwa. Alright, so we are in position to fight Kilwa and acquire a bunch of gold mines right here. Their alliances are annoying, and the problem is they'll walk through this uncolonized terrain to siege me. So we gotta be fast. Kilwa does have some annoying forts though. Let's go ahead and declare a reconquest for Tumbuka, for example, and then I'll take stuff down here as well. Let's get it, boys. First major war, at least what I would consider. 60 years after the game has started. 70 almost, actually. Also, second idea group time at this point, we are taking expansion. See, this is what they do. This is why it's so annoying to play in this region, man. God damn. Very costly and annoying war so far, boys. I just pieced out Mombasa and Malindi. I'm getting rebel bombed. I had to get the Grand Company up, even though it's costing us so much money, just to unsiege myself from all of these things. Meanwhile, Kilwa unsieged themselves. They sieged me down, so it's tricky. But either way, a positive development is we do have our first colonist, which means we can choose our first native policy, our native policy. Since everything is near to me, I'm gonna go native repression, so we're gonna beat up the natives and then we're gonna colonize. Such an annoying and needlessly costly war, man. It's mainly because everyone being able to walk through everything. It's so annoying. I gotta somehow fix that before we fight them again. I gotta put down a bunch of forts or something, man, because I can't do it again. This war! We've been doing it for 8 years, man. Only because they can walk through all of this. There's no way to defend yourself. Either way, that's all the cores back to Moravi and some provinces from me. That's all I can take. So there we go. That's a war with the Kilwa done. We didn't acquire a gold mine, unfortunately, but that's only because we couldn't. So yeah, let's go back home. Get rid of these guys. They cost too much. Annex Moravi, and then we'll just fight Kilwa again. All right, I've beat up the natives here. This is the first thing I'm going to start colonizing, just so the colonizers have less provinces to colonize. You get it? All right, truce with Kilwa is up, and the peacetime I've been working on, you know, fixing up the economy a bit. We're still losing money, but it's not that bad. Obviously, we had to take out a ton of loans in the previous war. Not making the same mistake twice, boys. I've got this army right here ready to defend the homeland, while this one over here sieges. Same war, same declaration, same guys are gonna be in. Let's go. That's a wrap. Perfect. Easy. Clean. Yeah, I just didn't think it through last time, man. I just didn't think it through. But now, we can acquire 4 gold mines from Kilwa, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm taking literally everything, man. I'm taking max. There it is. That's max for now, and that's another war with Kilwa done. Okay, once I develop these gold mines up to 10, all of them, then we'll really start seeing that dough. There we go. We can get rid of those guys. These guys can be down here to beat up rebels. Let's core all of this up and then develop them. Next gov reform time. Let's go ahead and do I need the gov cap here? Yes, I actually kind of do. I'm gonna go with this. All right, one of them's up to 10. Working on this one, and then we'll get these two. And there we go. Look, dude, we're already making so much money. But once we bump the rest of them up to like 6, 7 ducats as well. Meanwhile, we are starting to see the colonizers. I mean, there's France. Now, because I have this granted to the burghers, New World Charters, that does mean we can get an explorer without actually having exploration ideas, which is where you hire the explorers, which means over on this coast right here, I'm gonna go ahead and hire 3 light ships, which are gonna go exploring, just so we can discover some more things here that we need to conquer. Finally unlocked the second colonist. These are the ones that I'm working on right now. Wait, what the hell? I thought we discovered the Mamluks, you know, the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt, because we explored up here, but no. They've gone ahead and colonized this right here, boys. Every time we play someone weird, every time we play someone that's far away, it's just further proof that the AI always focuses on you. Now listen, don't get me wrong. The Mamluks can go ahead and pick up exploration ideas and stuff like that, and they do it about once out of every 30 games. I know I play a lot of EU4, but even when I've seen them colonize, they go for Southeast Asia, man. They don't come and colonize frickin' whatever this is. Come on, man. Paradox, please, man. I haven't seen the AI do this in EU5 yet, but I guess I just haven't played it enough. Come on, bro. Embarrassing. Embarrassing for the Mamluks that they're focusing on me. I'm gonna have to beat their ass. Either way, Zimbabwe's up to 10 as well, so all we got left is Sofala. Alright. Now we're making bank. They're here. There's England. An Anglican England, pretty powerful, allied to Denmark, Man, Cleves, Portugal, and Utrecht. They already got a colony, Newfoundland. Alright, boys. Yeah, we already gotta fight the Mamluks. England is up on the list as well now. Alright, but having pretty much explored whatever I wanted to explore, basically discovering Madagascar, I think I'm gonna start building up a galley and a transport fleet right here so we can go ahead and invade Antemoro, which is the nation that's over in Madagascar. So there we go, 20 galleys, and then I'll, wait, what was I building? That's the wrong ships. Well, I've discovered a big portion of the world, and I've colonized this, so this filled out as well. It's time to go ahead and hit Kilwa again. They've allied Adjuan now, but we'll deal with Mombasa, Malindi, and Adjuan later. So there we go. Let's finish off Kilwa. And that's a full annex on Kilwa, and more importantly, another gold mine acquired, which was their capital one. Okay, that's done. Now I think we go ahead and... God damn it, bro. I was gonna say invade Antemoro, but of course they've, in classic EU4 fashion, they've allied the Mamluks. And maybe fight Mombasa, Malindi, Adjuan, who has also allied the Mamluks, but with their alliance with Mombasa, we can actually take the provinces we need from them, which are these 3. And then we'll deal with Malindi, fortify up here, then declare, because we don't want the Mamluks pouring in from the north, right? Alright, I can learn about colonialism from Benin. I don't gotta develop it. I allied them just for that. By the way, at this point, nothing great power in the world. But we would be number 5 if we had colonialism. Okay, so my truce with Mombasa is up. They are allied to Adjuan. Adjuan just took out Malindi over here. So from Adjuan, we need these 4 provinces and then full annex Mombasa. That's why I'm standing right here. By the way, I destroyed the natives in every single one of these provinces, so we have an easier time moving and colonizing because I've started working my way up here. So yeah, let's go ahead and full state this. Let's go ahead and declare Mombasa. Let's go. And there's Ajuan almost full sieged. Losers. Thank you for those provinces. That is all I needed from you. Oh, and there's Mombasa out as well. Perfect. So all wars north are done, man. All we gotta do is just colonize this and then set up forts right here so no one can invade us from the north. I've already set up a fort over here so no one can walk in from here. I mean, they can. It's just tougher, right? So, yeah, those are all of our continental wars over here done. We just gotta deal with Antamoro and the Mamluks and then, yeah, work our way to these assholes down here. Frick my life. And it's time for our final government reform. Now, of course, we can form an advanced tribe right here, become a horde, reform a theocracy into a republic or a monarchy. I think for this playthrough, just to experience the maximum amount of pain, we won't move on to any of these better ones. We'll just form an advanced tribe. Simply lovely. Third idea group time at this point. Probably want to pick up another mill one. I'm feeling defensive here. Alright, now that I've closed these areas off completely from any other colonizers, I think it's time we start working our way down to here. Alright, so I think we've chilled long enough, boys. It's time to fight Antamoro right here. Obviously, the Mamluks will come in like this. I think this fleet should be enough because the Mamluks usually don't have a lot of ships over on this side. Most of them are here. And in this same war, I'll also try and take these 4 Mamluk provinces if I can. But obviously the primary goal is to beat up Antamoro. So let's go ahead and declare just a regular conquest, not gonna call on anyone, and there we go. Oh yeah, something I didn't say is I finished the fortifications up here, so it should be difficult for the Mamluks to get through. There's another one right here as well. If they come in, I'll try and fight them, the regular. So the Mamluks did have a strong fleet here. My fleet got defeated, no biggie. Ah, goddamn Mamluks, they got heavies, man. I can't compete with the heavies. There we go. Oh wait, what they're probably doing is actually moving their boats over like this. Alright, they can do that at this point. However, they cannot bring their troops over. Alright, just sunk the Mamluk flagship, and that's an unconditional from Antamoro, but I want to siege these down, see what we can do. Okay, and now in the main peace deal, not separate piecing the Mamluks, by the way, we are gonna take these provinces. We're gonna make Antamoro end the alliance with the Mamluks, and then we're gonna take as much land as we can, which is about half. Perfect. Just like that, we fought off the Mamluks, and we're gonna finish off Antamoro whenever our truce with them is up. But at this point, boys, the only nations we got left to fight are the colonizers, which we have started bordering. First up, it's Spain, who's allied to Portugal, Liège, and Austria. God damn it. Okay, now the game plan is core everything up right here, full state some more things just to get more powerful, build up a proper navy, because this one was like rush built, so I can beat up back the Mamluks. And yeah, rearranged trade a little bit at this point. So Zanzibar is my main home node, and I'm transferring from here to, well, actually, this would be better, from here to here, then to here, then to here. After playing for almost 150 years, we're finally ready to start converting provinces, one by one. All right, folks, I have finally reached the same Miltech level, just like the colonizers down here. Well, mainly Spain and Portugal. England is still one ahead, but that does give me at least that little bit of confidence to fight them. The problem is, however, well, actually, there's no problem. I was thinking if we fight them, they can still colonize something, but they really shouldn't be able, should they? And if England gives me access, I can then go to this one over here as well. So, folks, let's upgrade our units, man, which is not those. There's no back button here, that's right. If we do that, I think we're ready to declare on Spain, which is the #1 great power in the world, allied to the #5 great power in the world. I'm number 7, by the way. I'd actually be number 4 if I had the printing press, but frick it. Okay. It's time for one of our final wars. Let's declare on Spain. They'll bring in the Spanish West Indies, New Granada, Portugal, Austria, Liège. I won't bring in Benin. And let's declare for Mtetwa. It's time to answer the question everybody's been asking. Can a primitive African tribal nation from the middle of Africa defeat the colonizers? I guess it's time to see. Now, Austria is actually landing troops there. Now, Spain is colonizing still down here. I can go ahead and seize these colonies. By the way, Austria landed here, wiped them because they have nowhere to go. Gonna do the same thing with Portugal. Okay, so the separate piece. Oh, shoot. Damn, 13 heavies is what Portugal brought in. Let's actually see this naval battle. Probably gonna lose, obviously. Yeah, let's peel back. Either way, as I was saying, we probably want to do a separate piece on Portugal here like this, but we can't. We can't get that much war score on them. What about the main peace deal? I need 34% war score. Current is 12 and 3 from battles. We can get like 27. yeah, if I keep beating their ass, I should be able to do it. Okay, Spain is preparing a big landing here. They'll land 5th November. Just taking a look at tech with Spain, they are 1 over now, which means with my money, I gotta do this. Massive wipe on Spain right there. Yeah, that's how we farm war score, boys. Frick yeah. Another thing we gotta pay attention to, and yes, I am gonna stay losing money for quite a while with that company there because that's where they land. Another thing we gotta be careful of is them starting to colonize this or this. Those are the only coastal ones left. Right now, they can't get to this one, so now that a colonist has freed himself up right there, I need to swap policy right here. I need to go to native coexistence, and that makes these natives never rise up, right? So I don't actually gotta go there and beat them up. So there we go. Let's send one guy there, and then the other guy is working on what? No, where is he? Highveld, which is 735. As soon as this one's done, I gotta send that guy there, because we're already losing so much money on colonies. Look at this. Well, not that much, but quite a lot. Another attempted landing by Spain. Another easy wipe. Alright, I just got offered white peace by Austria. Obviously accepted. Where are they landing? Okay, that's a fake one. They never land there. They won't accept. But we're pretty close. We're pretty close. Just won another battle, and there it is. That's all I want from Portugal and Spain. Perfect. I started colonizing everything else, so really the only thing we need to do for this campaign, boys, is to fight England and take this one province from them and fight Antemoro and annex them. All right, let's core up these provinces. I'm immediately gonna get a move on with this. So let's transfer these troops to Madagascar, and then let's get rid of the independent army for now because we do want to save some money. And let's get these guys prepped down here. There's Miltech 15 as well, so better units. Again, I should probably go with these guys, and yeah, I'll hit Antemoro, then I'll hit England. And by the way, man, without getting these gold mines, which we actually got another one, none of this would have been possible, just like going over force limits so much, and you know. All right, I'm declaring on Antemoro. And we're done with Antemoro. Cool. Okay, one more war remaining, man. I didn't think we'd make it this far, man. I honestly didn't. Actually, it's almost 1600, so yeah. Literally, the only thing we need to do is take this province from England. That's it. This one should be a bit easier, I think, because Spain is more powerful than England, as we can see, obviously, by the Great Powers list. England is actually even weaker than Portugal, so this is only 12% war score. It actually is really dev'd, but we can get 25% war score just by holding this province for a little bit. And there we go. We are now a tribal empire. And finally, the Empire of Kitara, once again, isn't on the Great Powers list. God damn it, man. Will anyone give me knowledge? All right, folks, the troops have been moved back. Oh, okay, never mind. I need to spy on them. All right, spy network has been established. Now, it really is time for our final war. Oh! Why? Portugal isn't in this. They've broken the alliance for some reason. Oh, look, England is weak, man. France has possessions on Britain. Yeah, alrighty. This is gonna be even better. Let's declare. Weak Ottomans this campaign, by the way. They haven't really been doing anything. Final wartime. Alright, now we just gotta sit on this until they're willing to accept. Actually, it's only 8% war score because I got the minus 25% versus other religions, so yeah. Yeah, we just need to wait pretty much here. And if they land, we'll beat them up. I mean, we beat up Spain. We can definitely beat up England. And there we go, folks. Enough time has passed, and we have beat back our second batch of colonizers, which was basically pretty much England after crushing Spain and Portugal in our first major war. And you could consider the Mamluks one, even though, you know, they were a powerful nation. They weren't any of the traditional guys that I was thinking of at the start of the video, but I think that answers everyone's question, including mine, of can a primitive and technologically inferior, irrelevant nation in the middle of Africa defeat the greatest nations in the world? And the answer is yes. But yeah, there you go, man. It's pretty straightforward. Started off as Bunyoro up in these provinces up here, consolidated, created Kitara, pushed into the Congo. Guys, plan worked out excellently. Fought Kilwa, that first annoying war. Other ones were easier. Easy wars versus some smaller guys up here. Slightly tricky and annoying war with Sakalava or whoever was here, or Antemoro and the Mamluks, because we had to wait so long for it. And then the most annoying war, obviously, was versus Spain and Portugal. Over in this war, only one battle. The English landed once. I beat them back and that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire campaign, man. Overall, super fun, quite a different campaign. There is an achievement, I think, where you gotta play till 1821 as one of these guys over here. I don't even know if you can form Kitara. I don't know whoever has done that achievement, not me. But yeah, overall pretty straightforward, making a ton of money thanks to all of the gold mines right here. Still need to develop this one, haven't done it. Maybe some other ones. Okay, we got this one as well. Did any of them deplete? I don't think any of them depleted, which is nice. And yeah, overall that sets you up pretty nice, and you own half of Africa over here in just about 150 years. But pretty fun campaign nonetheless. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see more one-off campaigns like this that aren't like grand campaigns or A to Z or releasables or anything like that. And let me know, did you expect this outcome or not? Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and that's it for me for now. See you next time.